Welcome to the video. I am Dr. Dheeraj Masapu. I am anesthesiologist, subspecialized in neuroanesthesiology. I will be covering the enhanced recovery after spine surgery in this video. During the COVID time, decreasing the length of stay in the hospital for the patient would decrease the risk of exposure to COVID. So how do we do that? We can do that if we follow a protocol called ERAS protocol. Please subscribe to the channel and it will help me in making more videos like this in future, and follow the video till the end. So coming to ERAS. ERAS is a multidisciplinary and multimodal approach and which improves the surgical outcome by following the evidence-based strategies. Basically what ERAS does is it decreases the stress response during the surgery. ERAS has initially come up in colorectal surgeries, where they observed a significant reduction in the overall morbidity and length of stay using the protocol. After looking at the results in colorectal surgeries, ERAS has also been tried in spine surgery, but in spine surgery we don't have RCTs that we have in colorectal surgeries. We only have retrospective studies done, and from them a systematic review has been conducted, and I'll be showing the results of that. ERAS not only decreases the length of stay and secondary problems to the patient, it also decreases the cost of the treatment. In one of the studies has shown that the mean cost of the treatment has been reduced by $5,000 in one of the US hospitals, and patient satisfaction has also been increased drastically in the hospitals which are following ERAS protocols. So what are the different spine surgeries which can be done under ERAS protocol? The lumbar surgeries, which includes microscopic lumbar discectomies, lumbar fusion surgeries, and minimal invasive lumbar surgeries, and also cervical spine surgeries like ACDF surgeries and cervical lateral mass and fusion surgeries, and deformity corrections, which include scoliosis surgeries and other types of surgeries. Basically all types of spine surgeries can be included under ERAS protocol. So coming to the actual ERAS protocol, it starts during the pre-hospital phase when the patient initially comes up for evaluation from the neurosurgeon or spine surgeon. So initially it includes the patient education about the surgery, and also the anesthetist will explain the pain management plan, and also patient optimization needs to be done. Like if the patient is diabetic, uncontrolled diabetic, the patient should be optimized by an endocrinologist or diabetologist, or the patient is having uncontrolled hypertension and other disorders needs to be optimized. And also there is something called prehabilitation. So in prehabilitation what we do is, if the patient is very frail or bed-bound for a long periods of time, we need to improve their nutrition. We need to check the total protein and albumin level. If it is less, then we need to improve their nutrition, and if possible we have to make them meet the nutritionist and correct the nutrition for 4 to 6 weeks, and then take up for surgery so that they tolerate the surgery better. And patients who are chronic smokers and COPDs, they should have some kind of abstinence of smoking before the surgery, and we will advise them some kind of breathing exercises to improve the lung capacity before the surgery. And also people who are bed-bound need some kind of activity in the form of physiotherapy before the surgery. So all this will come under a concept called prehabilitation, which will get the patient ready for a complex surgery. In the preoperative phase, the most important thing is limiting the fasting, and also carbohydrate beverage can be given 2 hours prior to the surgery, which should be clear. And also a home medication plan needs to be reviewed, and appropriate medication needs to be given on the day of the procedure. And in some centers they apply a regional block, like erector spine nerve block will be given before the lumbar spine surgeries. In the intraoperative period, opioid sparing techniques needs to be done, like erector spine nerve block and epidural administration of opioids will cut down the amount of opioids that have been administered to the patient, and nausea vomiting prophylaxis needs to be given. And normal hemostasis maintenance is the most crucial part of ERAS protocol. You need to maintain normal blood pressure, normal temperature, and normal hemostasis in the patient. And try to avoid tubes and drains, and try avoiding Foley's for small surgeries like microscopic lumbar discectomies and ACDF procedures. And as far as possible, even if you insert Foley's and drains, try to remove them in the immediate post-operative period once the patient is totally conscious and able to mobilize. The key elements in the post-operative period are early mobilization. Patients, the spine surgery patients need to be mobilized within 8 hours of the surgery, which will increase the gut motility, and also studies are showing that the pain scores also will be better in early mobilization groups. And early nutrition also is very important. After 6 hours of mandatory fasting period, initially we need to start with liquids, and quickly we should go over to the regular feeds what the patient is taking in the preoperative period. And multimodal analgesia is also a key element in the postoperative period, which usually is an epidural catheter needs to be inserted in lumbar surgeries, where you can administer a very low dose local anesthetic along with opioids. And for other cervical and dorsal procedures, we need to use a multimodal technique to control the pain in the patient. In IV fluids, as far as possible, once 6 fasting period is over, try to cut down or totally remove the IV fluids and try to maintain the patient in oral feeds. And also, patient should be educated about the post-operative early mobilization so that he understands better and he cooperates better with the nurses and doctors. As we discharge the patients little earlier, patients need to monitor their symptoms and any changes in their health. And if they find any changes in the health, immediately they should contact the primary care team, and the changes should be notified immediately so that the appropriate actions will be taken by the primary care team and the hospital. After the ERAS protocol has been successfully implemented in spine surgery in your hospital, quality improvement audits needs to be done, and pre-ERAS and post-ERAS you need to compare the patient satisfaction scores and financial burden which has been decreased on the patient and hospital, and also the secondary problems and infections that you have prevented needs to be audited, and the results needs to be published. To summarize, in spine surgery, ERAS protocol will help us in reducing the length of stay in the hospital and to accelerate the return of the functionality of the patient and minimizing the post-operative pain, and saves the cost for the patient as well as the hospital, and overall it increases the patient's satisfaction scores. Thank you very much for following the video till the end, and please subscribe to the channel, and please post your comments in the comment section, and if you want me to cover any specific topics, please post in the comment section. Thank you very much.